Hello everyone, welcome to next lecture on beta function. In this lecture, we are going to discuss next property of beta function. As you know, in the last lecture, we have discussed definition of beta function and two important properties with their proofs. So we shortly discuss the statement of the previous properties and then we start the proof of next property. Here the definition of beta function is beta of m comma n is equals to integral 0 to 1 x raised to the power m minus 1 minus x raised to the power n minus 1 dx. This is the definition of beta function. And first property of beta function says that beta is symmetric. That means beta of m comma n is equals to beta of n comma m. Here we can interchange this variable, that is symmetric property. Second property of beta function is beta of m comma n is equals to twice integral 0 to pi by 2 sin raised to the power 2m minus 1 theta into cos raised to the power 2n minus 1 theta d theta. Now see here, if we have given any integral contain trigonometric function with limit 0 to pi by 2, then we can use this properties to solve integration. And here if we write this power is equals to p, sin raised to the power 2m minus 1 equals to p and cos raised to the power 2n minus 1 equals to q, then we get integral 0 to pi by 2 sin raised to the power p theta into cos raised to the power q theta d theta is equals to 1 by 2 beta of p plus 1 by 2 comma q plus 1 by 2. These two properties we have already discussed in the last lecture. Now in this lecture we discuss the third property of beta function. Here the third property of beta function is beta of m comma n is equals to integral 0 to infinity x raised to the power m minus 1 divided by 1 plus x raised to the power n plus 1 dx is equals to integral 0 to infinity x raised to the power n minus 1 divided by 1 plus x raised to the power n plus 1 dx. इसका मीनिंग क्या होता है कि देखो हमने सेकेंड प्रॉपर्टी में देखा है कि बीटा इन द फॉर्म ऑफ ट्रिग्नोमेट्रिक फंक्शन, मतलब इंटीग्रल ट्रिग्नोमेट्रिक फंक्शन के फॉर्म में भी लिखा जा सकता है. बीटा की मेन डेफिनेशन में इंटीग्रल 0 to 1 से भी रिप्रेजेंट होता है. और थर्ड प्रॉपर्टी में क्या है, इन केस if integral contains 0 to infinity then x raised to the power m minus 1 divided by 1 plus x raised to the power n plus 1 dx. तो इस फॉर्म में भी हम बीटा को रिप्रेजेंट कर सकते हैं, तो बीटा इन फॉर्म में भी रह सकता है. एंड हियर दिस इंटीग्रल इज इक्वल्स टू दिस वन. तो नाउ वी नो दैट प्रॉपर्टी 2 सेज दैट बीटा इज सिमेट्रिक. तो विद द हेल्प ऑफ सिमेट्रिसिटी instead of m we can, that means here m and n we can interchange. तो यहाँ से हम इस इंटीग्रल को इक्वल्स टू दिस इंटीग्रल भी लिख सकते हैं. नाउ विल डिस्कस द प्रूफ ऑफ दिस प्रॉपर्टी. We can prove this property again with the help of definition of beta function. So by definition of beta function, beta of m comma n is equals to integral 0 to 1 x raised to the power m minus 1 into 1 minus x raised to the power n minus 1 dx. So with the help of definition we have to prove this integration. Now here left hand side beta of m comma n is given, and in the right hand side we have to convert this definition, this integral, into this form. Now if we compare this term, then here x raised to the power m minus 1, here also contain x raised to the power m minus 1, but same mth power contain in denominator of 1 plus x. That means here the m power containing term is x upon 1 plus x. So from this logic we can put x equals to t upon 1 plus t, क्योंकि हमें प्रूफ में जिस टाइप की टर्म चाहिए उसी तरह से हम पुट करेंगे ताकि वो इंटीग्रेशन उसमें कन्वर्ट हो जाए. नाउ इफ x इक्वल्स टू t अपॉन 1 प्लस t, देन वी हैव टू फाइंड 1 माइनस x ऑल्सो, क्योंकि थ्रू आउट हमें t के फॉर्म में इसको रिप्लेस करना है. सो हियर वी टेक 1 माइनस x इज इक्वल्स टू 1 माइनस t upon 1 plus t. Simplify this term, क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई कर दो, सो हियर इट वी गेट 1/1 plus t. That means here 1 minus x is equals to 1/1 plus t. Now we have to find the value of dx. That means we have to convert this integral with respect to t, and here x equals to contain this term, so you may differentiate this term or either this one. And if we compare this first term and second term, the derivative of this term we can find easily. So either you can differentiate this term or this one, but easy way is you have to differentiate this term to get value of dx. So if we differentiate this term, then we get minus dx is equals to derivative of 1/1 plus t is minus 1/1 plus t bracket square into dt. Here this minus sign get cancelled, so therefore dx is equals to dt divided by 1 plus t square. Now in the next step we have to find limit corresponding to t. From this term we can write t is equals to, so from this term it is 1 plus t is equals to 1/1 minus x. That means t is equals to, from this term t is equals to 1/1 minus x minus 1. Now here we have to put lower limit of x in this equation. We have to put x equals to lower limit, and lower limit of integration is 0. If we put x equals to 0 in this term, so then we get t equals to 1 minus 1, that is 0. That means when x is 0, we get t equals to 0. See, the upper limit of x is 1. If we put x equals to 1 in this term, then here we get 1/1 minus 1. That means 1/0, that is not infinity, not defined, and infinity is a very large number. If we subtract some quantity from infinity, still it is infinity. So here for x equals to 1, we get t equals to infinity. Now if we put all the values in our definition of beta function, then this integral become beta of m comma n is equals to integral, here lower limit 0, upper limit of t is infinity. See here limit of t is 0 to infinity. Now next term is x raised to the power m minus 1, but our x is t upon 1 plus t. So here it is t upon 1 plus t raised to the power m minus 1. The next term is 1 minus x, and we know the value of 1 minus x is 1/1 plus t. So 1 minus x, instead of 1 minus x we have to write 1/1 plus t raised to the power n minus 1. So it is 1/1 plus t raised to the power n minus 1 into dx, and value of dx is dt upon 1 plus t bracket square. So here dt upon 1 plus t bracket square. Now see here, if we simplify this integration, it is t raised to the power m minus 1 divided by 1 plus t raised to the power m minus 1, second term n minus 1 and 2, and whole term are similar. That means we have to add this power. It is m minus 1, n minus 1 and plus 2. That means it is 1 plus t raised to the power m plus n into dt. Now we know that we can replace t variable directly with x. So if we replace t by x, then integral remains same. That means here integral 0 to infinity x raised to the power m minus 1 divided by 1 plus x raised to the power m plus n dx, and left hand side is beta of m comma n. And by symmetric property of beta function, we can interchange m and n, so we get this integration. Now there is one more property in beta function, that is property number 4 is relation between beta and gamma. That is, the statement of the property is beta of m comma n is equals to gamma n divided by gamma of m plus n. This property is very important. With the help of this property, we can solve lot many examples. For example, suppose we want to find beta of 5, 3, and beta is denoting integration, special type of integration. Gamma is also denoting integration, and we want to solve this. That means we have to solve the integration, and we required the answer completely contain some constant without contain any integration. We are solving integral, so solve completely. So with the help of relation, here we can write gamma of 5 into gamma of 3 divided by gamma of 5 plus 3, that is 8. And here if you use the property of gamma function, that is gamma of n plus 1 is equals to n factorial. So here 5 we can write 4 plus 1. So it is 4 factorial. 3 we can write 2 plus 1. So by property it is 2 factorial divided by 8. 8 is 7 plus 1. So it is 7 factorial. Now simplify this term. So then we get 1 by 105. In this way we can use this property. And if you want the proof of this property, then you have to write in the chat box. Otherwise, we directly solve example based on all these properties in the next lecture. Thank you. Like, share and subscribe.